Hey, Steve with Homestrong. Going to do a couple of quick exercises here for some shoulder recovery movements. I've had chronic shoulder problems. I've had some friends ask me for these movements, and these are great rebuilding your strength after you've had either an injury that you're recovering from or post-surgery after your physical therapy, and you still want to continue building that strength in those shoulder muscles. So we're going to do a couple of basics here. If you've been through physical therapy, you've probably done some of these, but we're going to add a couple of new ones to it as well. So one of the basic movements is going to be an external rotation. I like to take a roll of a towel and pinch that to my side with my arm. It keeps my arm stable, keeps me from moving around. So an external rotation is simply just get a band where you have some tension on it, about a 90-degree angle, and then rotate that out. Rotate that nice and slow. Adjust the tension as you need by stepping away. Keeping that elbow pressed against that towel, and making that rotation move. Okay, next one we'll jump into real quick is going to be an internal rotation. Same thing, grab your towel, pinch that under the arm. Now this one, you're gonna get that arm extended out, and then you're gonna bring that movement in. Try to keep that hand at a horizontal plane, not going up or down. So those two movements will help build all those ancillary support muscles around the rotator cuff. Now, the next move we're going to do is something that is an interesting variation on those. So you want to find a location where it's about waist high or so. You're going to want your arms straight out. When I do this, because it's a little low, I'm going to crouch down a little bit. But you know, those movements have a limited range just with the arm against the side. This next one that I'm going to do is a little unique, and you'll do it two different directions in the three different arm directions. But what you're going to do is you're going to grab this, first starting palm up, your arm straight out, and twist that. Try not to use as much of your forearm, but rolling that whole arm over from that shoulder joint. You know, in all of these, make sure that you're not in any pain. Don't want to do any more damage. But getting that rotational movement in the arm is going to really help strengthen where you're really putting most of the load on your arm. This is called a long lever movement. Okay, so that was a clockwise, straight out. And then this is a counterclockwise, just push your palm down and rotate it back. Once again, rotating from the shoulder. You know, we're susceptible when our arms are straight out. Longer lever, longer moment arm is where we get into a lot of trouble with overextending our shoulders. So this will help strengthen that position. Okay, we got straight out. Then we want to go straight down as well. So palm in is going to be clockwise. Rotating back. Once again, trying not to twist with the wrist, but really kind of pulling that tricep under your armpit as you're doing this. Okay, put your hand towards the wall. You're going to go counterclockwise now. Once again, now kind of trying to pull that bicep under the armpit using the shoulder. A couple variations there. And then lastly, find a position that's comfortable for you, depending on where you are in your recovery or your injury. You know, don't ever do anything that you're fighting your way through pain. So for me, now my shoulder's at a point where I can go pretty much vertical on this. You can do it here, you can do it over the top, off of the top bar. So once again, two positions. Palm out and pushing that tricep behind your back with that shoulder joint. You know, in all of these, do them to the point that you're comfortable with in your recovery. Go to fatigue, give yourself a break. You know, obviously one side to the other, maybe 30 seconds in between those sets when you rotate arms from one to the other. Okay, so this now, I'm gonna go hand in and rotate that other way. I'm pulling that tricep forward with that shoulder. build these into your routine a couple times a week, and especially on your shoulder days. I like to do these at the end. And once again, if we're suffering through shoulder injuries, you're not going to go super heavy, which the nice thing about the Homestrong is when your shoulders and joints are at their most susceptible, the weight is the lightest. So that's going to really help. Kind of scooting forward here. Also try to keep that arm straight out. Straight to your side, I should say. So those are a few things you can incorporate in. Do them at the end of your shoulder routine. Work your shoulders light as you need to during your recovery, and hopefully these will help build up all those little ancillary muscles that aren't maybe directly related in the movements when you're doing a side partial, forward raise, or a rear sply. These are going to work all those other little interconnecting muscles and help build the strength all around that joint. And if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to drop me a line. Thanks.